Welcome back guys, and I've been thinking about Vechain, one of my favorite crypto projects for a while now. And the other day I was sitting and it occurred to me that with such a low market capitalization, it really wouldn't take an unreasonable market valuation to realize substantial gains in Vechain and therefore VET. And I'm not going to try and forecast some specific price based upon nothing but hot air. Instead I'm going to talk about fact and fundamental data, drawing conclusions and potential outcomes from analysis. Anyway, before we proceed into the main section of today's video, I wanted to take a moment to talk about a recurring crypto giveaway that I'll be doing on this channel from now on. You see, this channel is monetized with YouTube ads, and although we're not earning much at all, in an effort to try and give back to the community while growing the channel, I've decided that at the end of every month we'll be doing two $50 giveaways. One on this channel and one on the channel's Instagram account, which is linked in the description below. And all you have to do to be automatically entered for both giveaways from here on is firstly subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not yet subscribed, and also follow us on Instagram, as we will be picking one of the winners from there each month. Anyway, moving on, the first point that I wanted to talk about was that Vechain's market capitalization is far smaller than the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple and so on, and yet I believe that the quality of the services which Vechain provide, namely the utility, isn't actually all that different, and it could be argued that Vechain from a utilitarian standpoint are better and more useful than say Bitcoin or others. And this is an important combination when you have an organization that isn't yet well discovered and mainstream, and yet there is a relatively low market capitalization attached to the company or project. And this is only amplified when the project has a strong use case and proven value proposition. And of course the fact that Vechain have landed and maintained partnerships with real-world companies, including 16 companies with revenues exceeding $1 billion annually, and also 2 national-level partnerships with the Cyprus and Chinese governments. Anyway, when you have proven utility combined with a relatively undiscovered position in the market, and then you have a relatively small market capitalization, there's strong indication for large room for growth in value. Firstly, as Vechain land more partnerships, and those users create more and more demand for VThor, which they are required to use in order to access Vechain's services, and this in turn will increase the value of VET, which produces VThor. And secondly, as more investors discover Vechain, a number will presumably decide to invest, and this too should increase VET's market valuation. Consider that Bitcoin have a market capitalization of around $600 billion, that's almost 300 times the market valuation of VET. But Bitcoin do not have $16 billion revenue companies or 2 governments as partners. Neither does Ethereum or XRP, who have recently been investigated for paying companies to use their services in order to persuade investors to buy and continue holding XRP. And so by this measurement, the measurement of partnerships, which is of course a very important measure, because after all the measure of partnerships is the measurement of adoption and proof that the concept can and does work in a real-world commercial environment. And in this respect, Vechain are completely unique, and so in my mind, Vechain are one of the most valuable crypto projects out there. If there's one huge negative in crypto, it's that on average there is way too much concept and far too little proof that the concepts can actually work. There are quite literally 5 or 10 new crypto projects launching every day, which is ridiculous because pretty much every single one, with maybe a few exceptions, is destined for failure. Yet these projects all sound promising on paper. Think about this. There are currently around 8,000 crypto projects listed on CoinMarketCap, yet there is need for only a small handful of crypto projects in the world. Yes, there are a number of niche areas where the world will benefit from having different projects specializing in those areas. By and large, there is just no need for 98 or 99% of those projects. And what I suspect is beginning to happen is that as the crypto market is advancing and maturing, there is less hype and more rational judgment. Investors are wanting to see proof that projects are actually working and not just promises or plans. And I believe that this maturing of the crypto market will tend toward placing a premium on projects with a proven track record and existing partnerships. And when it comes to proof of concept or partnerships, nobody in my opinion is even in the same ballpark as Vechain. And again, considering that the market capitalization is at just a fraction of the larger projects, in fact less than 1/3% of the market capitalization of Bitcoin, there is evidently huge room for growth. And ironically, even though there are a large number of practically useless crypto projects flooding the market every day, this in my opinion could actually be good for Vechain, as eventually investors will get tired of the new spam and the market will shift towards results and not promises. And again, this will of course be good for Vechain. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed and would like to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.